We started conceptualizing this about a month before National Day. We had like this Skype call, it was like 3 hours long. 2 hours in, we had like nothing to show for it. Then I just gave up and just threw out this random idea. Maybe this guy is just running. You know how running is like, wow, it's a long way to recovery. Because in the news, the people keep talking about, wow, this is a long journey. There's still a long way to go. That kind of stuff. So I wanted to put this journey element. So this guy running, and then the projection is supposed to be like how he's interacting with frontline workers and other people within the society also impacted by this situation. Since this was conceptualized just after the circuit breaker period, kind of like to bring out our experiences in this film. So yeah, that's how the story came about.
What we were going for is a silent film, art house kind of genre feel. So we actually came up with some shots that might fit the bill as something that you would like maybe see on National Gallery or something like something that you will see as exhibits, perhaps like we walk around the Esplanade. I mean, just something very abstract. Shots wise, we often use like quite tight framing to illustrate the changes in the environment and all that. The scene where the lights turned off and the door closed, all those. It's just more of a symbolism of how we must have all felt when we heard that Singapore was going to circuit breaker and how the lockdown was so
not lockdown.
Okay, well, the circuit breaker was so sudden and so unexpected that we felt that we were just being boxed in by some unknown force. The hard bit was coordinating certain aspects like the 180 shot when we were trying to get the scene to change. So that was an incredibly tough one to do with Keane having to have his side my frame and Clyde down at the corner trying to off the lights in time. Austin at the door, he was stationed there with his rope, and Kairos had to react in sync with where the camera was, and we had to react as the lights turned off in succession.
This footage was not taken on the weekend.
The handle here.
Wow.
This is direct. What do you think? Okay, ready?
Okay, come. Okay, we rehearsed the shot once before actually filming.
Alright.
Okay, so you're tying the shoelace. Okay, I'm already rolling. 3, 2, 1, go. Light on.
Production side, there are a lot of problems. Mainly is, in the first place, we didn't know if we were ever able to film it together because all of our schedules were very conflicting. Many of us had NDP commitments as well. We also had a lot of trouble thinking about for some aspects of the set, you want to pull a table in. It's not very easy to pull an actual table in because the table is actually pretty heavy, right? To pull it in, you have to have some actual rigs and all that. But in the end, we came up with a solution to use an ironing board instead, which I believe that not many people actually noticed that it was an ironing board. So we quickly adapted, and then we also had a lot of problems when it comes to sourcing of a smoke machine, because Nick wanted to create a effect
Kind of.
You want the atmosphere.
atmosphere. We were thinking of cheap options. One of it which is to get dry ice, but we realized
it's not exactly
it's
very
not
cheap.
very cheap,
It's
$8 per kg.
No, it's cost effective if you use it on a large scale,
Yeah.
but it's not very cost effective if you're just gonna fill a small room with something that's not very cost
Because you
effective.
have to minimum order 5 kg, and that's not what we needed. But we eventually found someone on Carousel and used a smoke machine that will loan us. We had to source for music a lot as well. We had to look through. We used this website called Artlist to get through copyright free music, and we had to find the music that suits the atmosphere of the scene that we are trying to portray, which was not very easy. For music, we had to spend 2 or 3 hours at least because we dabble on a lot of different ideas to see how it will best fit. And then the 3 songs must also suit each other so that there's continuous flow throughout the film. The main problem is we had quite a tight time frame. and we wanted to try to release it by National Day. But realistically speaking, it wasn't a very realistic goal because it was quite a short time frame and we had many different commitments.
2 filming days?
Yeah, it's not even 2 full days.
It's not even 2 full days, it's 2 half days.
Let's go.
Let's go! Time for
Okay, but the setting up is still.
Okay, we finish this shot first. We finish this shot first.
Thank you very much. For chicken. Profits. Stonks. Austin, what do you think about lunch?
I'm hungry, I'm gonna die already.
Well, we know.
Hi, so we're actually in a public area now. So as you can see, our 2 cameramen slash director slash in charge, they're framing the shots while I'm just the actor. So I'm just going through what I'll be doing later, like running.
Do you have anything interesting to say?
Yeah. The weather is 40 degrees today,
I don't think so.
so drink up.
Say something.
Say something.
When Nick and Keane called me and then they were like, oh, here's the idea. You have to run and you have to sort of put yourself in a place where you're in the middle of a circuit breaker and then you have to like portray how an average Singaporean would be feeling. Like, to be fair, I really didn't understand like most parts of it. Because like this whole film is really up to your own interpretation. When you look at some of the scenes, it's really up to you to think of like, oh, what does this remind you of? What is this supposed to represent? Yeah. So when we were filming, I think we took quite a lot of takes. I wouldn't say it's because of the technical issues. It's also because of we were just trying to get the feel and the vibe of the whole scene. So actually, if you guys didn't know, the whole scene was actually one single take, and then that one single shot was like.
We took a whole evening to do that.
We took a whole evening.
That was from like what 7 p.m. ish all the way until almost super like 11.
The shot, the finish shot.
Okay, like 1 minute.
The finish shot was about 1 minute. Oh,
yeah, it took what 4 hours. 4 hours for that one 1.5 minute shot.
But to be fair, it looks good.
It looks good, yeah. It looks good.
Don't you think it's quite tough? Because I saw you was like sweating, panting.
Okay, the reason why I was sweating, right, is because it's pretty hot and I had
It was
to
air conditioning.
That's true. It's true.
So you try to say it's weak.
What I'm trying to say is that
It was intense.
it was intense lah, because we had to keep doing it, but it was manageable for most parts.
Really, even to portray the emotion. Because the thing is, you get tired.
the news scene came out. I practiced this thing called a method.
Wow.
So it's really not a problem for me.
I guess for this film, I think there were 2 main like very technical, difficult like scenes. First one being the one take where it's that 180-degree turn scene, and the second one being the projection scene. And there are a lot of problems that came out. So I guess my main role in this film was, apart from the BTS filming, was to try and resolve, like come up with ideas to solve these kind of issues. And I must say it was quite an enjoyable experience being on set, seeing how Advocado Films makes their films. So it was quite interesting to see because personally I'm not part of Advocado Films, but I'm like friends of all these people, you know. So whenever they make films, I guess I only get to see the end product. So far I've only been involved in one other film, Payback Pen, but that's like from very very long ago.
Damn, yeah, that was.
So it was quite refreshing to see how they actually did things on set. And, yeah, it was overall an enjoyable experience.
Also, fun fact, this is our first short film in like
Many years.
5 years. Yeah, in between we've been doing a lot of other projects, but this is our return to doing our own short films.
But I must say, I really do think that this film is very much more refined as compared to earlier works. I think I feel like the story, as in how it fleshed out in the end, was very nice. Like initially when I was contacted by Keane to do this, like help out in this film, I didn't really understand what was going on. Like I came on set and then they were like filming different scenes. Like even when we did the projection scene and all this, right, I still didn't really understand what was going on until I saw the first like rough edit, and then it really clicked all together. And I really, at the moment, I really felt that this was a really good film. I must say.
So what are we doing in this scene?
I'm gonna be shooting the projection scenes for the runners. You'll see in the background later. Honestly, I'm a bit sweaty right now, so I could actually use some tissue. But other than that, it's pretty okay, I think. So sometimes when we go for COVID calls, we have to put on all this personal protection equipment. Mask is to protect us from any airborne particles. Goggles also, stop it from going to your eyes. And of course, the rest of the outfit, the gown, the gloves, and the boot, and the cap is just to not have any on your body lah. It doesn't cover here, so it's a bit troublesome, but it's good enough, I think. Again, we haven't upgraded our lighting equipment in very long, but it has served us well with this film, I think. Our main lighting challenges was to establish the mood with the lighting. In the establishing scene, Keane's room, there wasn't actually much light to play with besides his ceiling light, which wasn't exactly very bright, and as well as the window light. So most of the time in that area, we're using the window and the sun outside as a key light, and then we have a reflector to fill in some of the shadows. But for more or less for the scenes in those rooms, there were no extra additional lighting equipment.
And also there was some lighting to show scene changes as well. There's the lighting of Kairos' face to show when the news flash came on. And then we definitely made use of lighting a lot for the 180 scene.
And also for the projection scene wise, for the spotlight, we actually used this was a projection of a spotlight. PowerPoint slide spotlight. There you go, that's the spotlight. The blue void scene that is as he walks out of the room is actually done with just a projector projecting like a
Aquarium.
Aquarium, right? It's just a jellyfish aquarium. And then for some of the scenes we added a diffuser in front to make a bit light, a bit more soft. Some of the scenes it was, especially those with the smoke, and then you can see the light beams, it was just the projection projecting into smoke. Oh yeah, the computer, right? The computer is simply just like, the computer didn't actually work, by the way, it's dead. The computer is dead, right?
Yeah,
it doesn't turn on, it was just a light panel there.
Are you actually reading the book?
Was it from there?
Staring so intensely at them.
So they can frame the shot.
Oh, what's this book?
It's about World War II.
Oh, the
story.
Okay, it's about that, but it's before.
Yeah, it's a very good book. It's like that, right? It's the winner of the Pulitzer Prize.
Wow. What's your visionary vision for this
Basically
project?
like a tribute to all frontliners and to everyone, all Singaporeans actually.
Wow.
To get through this COVID-19 crisis together. We were trying to hope to show that we as normal Singaporeans can also run alongside our frontliners and not be ejected by this COVID-19. We are using the running as like a metaphor of some sort.
Okay.
To show how we are in this race together to get out of this crisis. We must be stronger together.
Wow, such deepness.
Yeah!
Hi, we are on our way to our welfare dinner.
Hi Clyde, why are you so excited?
Oh my god, it's the first time I'm sitting in a car that's driven by someone our age. It's quite scary.
Is it?
It feels very weird. It feels like we just grab some car and drive off. I mean, I was always a kid ever since I was born. So to me, until now, I still feel like a kid. So it feels like it feels like I'm watching a kid drive a car and I'm sitting inside it. Oh my god, Austin, don't look at me. Drive.
This is the teacher looking at you.
Oh, you floor the car.
No, it won't work. Nothing will happen.
All we can do is we can make it look like it's very fast on camera. So,
Whoa! Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh, that's so fast!
Kairos, what's going on right now?
Well, right now we're queuing up for Sui Chun Butterfly.
Butterfly?
Yes, it's Sui Chun Butterfly restaurant.
Butterfly.
As you can see, the queue is very long, much like a normal queue lah. Yeah, so if you look at the time now, the time is 9.
It reminds me of the
Clyde, food review.
porridge. It's pretty good. It's like a century egg and some minced meat. I thought it would be very hot, but surprisingly it's not that hot. And it's although the grain size is not as fine as I hoped it would be, but overall the taste is still there and it still tastes really good. Yeah.
Over here we have what we call the yam critter. It looks like a ball lah. It looks very good. Yeah, so actually what I like about this is it's very crispy. You know, the flavor is just there. Okay, come, let's everyone give 1 star. Okay, out of 1 star, how much will you give? Okay, 3, 2, 1, go. Half a star. Oh my god, why you give half a star? Oh wow, that is amazing. Oh, you go first, Keane. Why will you give half a star?
What? No, I didn't sign up for this.
Oh, the reason why I give half a star, even though I like the flavor, it's not what I want it to be. Okay, moving on to the next one, we have a chili over here. The chili over here. Okay, maybe let's rate it. Okay, 3, 2, 1, go.
1 star.
0 star. Oh my god, you give 0 star.